Howdy, beautiful people. It's Spencer Wood, the real estate cowboy. And today we are super excited to be out here on Panther Pond in Raymond, Maine. Panther Pond is about 3 miles long, a mile wide at its widest portion. It's about 70 feet deep at its deepest. It's connected to actually Sebago Lake, but in this lake, you're gonna get landlocked salmon, trout, you're gonna have bass, you're gonna have some hornpout, things of that nature. And we're standing on a 10-foot right-of-way that gives you deeded access to Panther Pond to put in a canoe or a kayak or come swim late night after a long day or a hot summer day. You can come on down to Panther Pond here, put in a kayak, a paddleboard, something like that, and get right after it and get out there and enjoy the water. So before we get over to the lot, we wanted to show you the deeded right away here down to Panther Pond. And on our way up, we'll show you how long the walk is to this property that we have for you coming today. All right, folks, so this is your deeded right away down to Panther Pond that we're walking up right now. Again, super easy to put in a kayak, canoe, paddleboard, go for a swim, whatever you want to do there. You're about 5 minutes away from the Sebago Lake public beach and boat launch. So literally right down there, you're on a public beach on Maine's probably most noticeable and largest freshwater lake. And you're about 45 minutes away from Portland and the international airport down there. Today we're looking at a 0.10 acre lot here on 29 Boulder Road in Raymond, Maine. We got water, we got electric, and we have a reinforced septic system that is all ready to go for a fifth wheel RV, some sort of a camper, something like that, a tiny home. So you can drive over this septic system, which makes it perfect, again, for a camper, tiny home, something of that nature here. This is gonna be, it's a small lot, obviously, 0.10 acres here, but again, you already have your well, or you have your water source up there on the road. You got your meter box and everything already put in. Water comes to right here. You got your septic and your leach field right here on the property. So really what this is looking at, this is gonna be ideal for kind of that reverse snowbird person, somebody that's coming up from Florida or down south in the summertime to escape that extreme heat. They wanna bring their camper, their RV, something like that, up on a piece of their own land, drop it here for the summer, for the fall, that sort of thing. This is, because of its size, this is essentially looked at more or less as a temporary building or a temporary living space. So this is more or less going to be about, I think it's 180 days a year, half the year or so, you can live and be on the property. And then you have to do a little permit with that with the town. I talked to the code enforcement officer, who I would encourage you guys to reach out to understand everything 100%. But essentially we have a temporary living area because of the 0.10 acres. But again, it is permitted and ready to go for a camper or a tiny home, something of that nature. The septic is permitted, installed, ready to rock and roll. Leach field is good. Electric meter box and all that sort of stuff is on place. So you're fine, ready to hook up to power, ready to hook up to the water as well. Plenty of cell phone service here. I got Verizon. We got 4 bars of Verizon service. So you're all set with that. Internet, anybody working remotely, things of that nature, you're not gonna have a problem there. There's also internet at the road, but if you wanted to use a hotspot or do something with Starlink, you can do that out here as well. So we'll take a small little tour of this 0.10 acre lot. There's not much to look at other than kind of what you see. Boundary line over here is these big eastern white pine. And then it essentially comes back here a little bit. You can see all this crushed stone and material. All this has been leveled up. This is where that septic system and leach field are. It comes all the way back here, goes to essentially this big white pine in the back, and then it more or less follows the white pines back up to the road on this side. So just a nice rectangle size. I'm gonna give you the price, and I know that some of you are gonna have a big fit about it, but I'm gonna explain it a little bit more. We have an asking price of $199,900, so $199,900, 0.10 acres. We got the septic, we got well, we got electric, and then we got deeded access down to Panther Pond that connects into Sebago Lake and Crescent Lake as well. 5 minutes away from the Sebago Lake Public Beach and Boat Launch. This is gonna be a perfect spot for somebody that wants to get out of that extreme heat down south in the summer, or is looking for a spot to enjoy 6 or 8 months of the year up here in the state of Maine. And own what you're doing. You could also easily be renting this. You could have a good little income coming off of this site. People that are passing through that want to go fishing, you know, at Sebago and stuff like that, can pull their boat and their camper up in here, spend a week or however long they want to. So you got a great location to be able to get some rental short-term money for somebody pulling their own camper onto the site for a month or a week, however you want to set that up. Talk to the code enforcement officer. They're looking at it more or less because there used to be an old building on this lot that they permitted the septic, but they're looking at it as a 180 day a year temporary, more or less like a camping spot. You're only a couple minutes away from downtown Windham, so a bunch of restaurants, bars, you know, grocery stores, gas. I mean, you are 5 minutes away from anything that you could really ever want. So a lot of great access, great location out here. Alrighty, beautiful people, welcome to Sebago Lake. About 5 minutes, maybe a little less than 5 minutes away from 29 Boulder Road there in Raymond. Our property that we're selling here is this boat launch and that public beach there. You can see huge, big public beach swimming area here. Nice little sandy beach, a lot of parking right there. 2-lane boat launch out here going into Sebago. Absolutely stunning day to be out here. Less than 5 minutes away from your property. So to recap, we got 29 Boulder Road, Raymond, Maine, about $215 a year in taxes, 0.10 plus or minus acre lot. It is permitted for temporary living, so essentially 180 days a year. It has water, septic, electric, has a 1,000-gallon concrete septic system with a reinforced tank so you can drive over the top of it. Everything's gravity fed, has a leach field. We got an asking price of $199,900. Before you beat us up, think about it. It is definitely a turnkey home for somebody that's in an RV looking to do seasonal living up here in Maine during the best time of the year, with access to a lot of freshwater recreation and close to the international airport in Portland and all that sort of good stuff. So appreciate you taking the tour with us today. I know it wasn't super long. Chili and Stump are in the truck, they are here, but we are in a neighborhood area and things like that. So wanted to make sure that I could keep my eye on them and have them not run away or bother anybody that would be nearby, because I don't really like the leash thing, if you haven't been able to tell with all the videos yet. So without further ado, please like, comment, subscribe. We do it for you guys. Hope everybody's enjoying the start to what feels like a really great Maine summer that lies ahead of us. Without further ado, we'll see you on down the road at the next one. Giddy up.